3 things that inspire you now, Mary Van Eker?
So I'm going to say my mum and dad. So my dad in particular. So tell the story again. He grew up in the tenements in the 40s in Liverpool, Scotty Road. Those people who are from Liverpool will know that. And it was a very sort of deprived area of Liverpool. He then left school at 14, went onto the docks and did the same job that his dad had done. And from there, during I think he was in his 30s, 70s, 80s, they started to look at the docks and the work was very infrequent. He was desperately trying to provide for me and my sisters and his family. And he decided to take redundancy. He happened to be in on one of these days when they were making dockers redundant, and a post office guy came in and started talking about the post office. He wasn't supposed to be in on that day. It was really fortuitous that he happened to be in on that day. Something stuck with him. And this man, who is only educated up until the age of 14, decided then, I'm going to apply to be a sub-postmaster. And blow me down, a few years later, he actually got a post office. He then, I mean, the audacity of the man, the confidence of the man, the determination of the man to just think, I'm going to do that with no backing. He was an only child. He'd lost his mom. He'd only had his dad, who, wasn't particularly involved. So he did this all off his own back. And it's only, I suppose, when you're a parent trying to provide for your family that you think, blimey, how he's done that, I have no idea. Not only did he do that, but years later, him and my mum were both postmasters of 2 post offices. He went into partnership. He bought a big house in the suburbs of Liverpool. He sent his children I was very, very fortunate and privileged to go to private school. He had a mobile home in the Lake District. All of these things just came from this very humble beginning. And I think people watching, if my dad can do it, with as little support and education that he did, anybody can do it. You just need the vision, the determination, and the audacity to think, I'm going to have a go.
Vision, determination, and audacity. What great qualities to recommend to the world.
Absolutely. If my dad
what's your dad's name?
Frank Duff. And he was impacted by the Horizon scandal. We lost everything, family dissolved, all of the rest of it. It's been quite hard on him for the last 20 odd years, but he has now been compensated. Too little, too late, in my opinion. Mum's not well now, so it's a bit of a shame. But just the fact that he was able to give us that start in life. And I then had this sense of, well, if Dad can do it, anyone can do it. And I had this world opened up to me, which I wouldn't have had without him.
So your family were absolutely embroiled in the whole scandal to do with the post office.
Yeah.
Wow. And had a happy resolution now, because there's news about that just today.
Yeah, Alan Bates got his compensation yesterday. Yeah, my dad's being compensated, but only last year. He's now in his 80s. He can't travel. My mum can't travel. So they have missed out on a life. But being a coach, we can't really think about what happened in the past. We've just got to make the best of now and move forward. Yes. So he's trying to make the best of it. He's booking his holidays and he's trying to do what he can now. So, yeah.
Which reminds me of that coaching adage, do what you can with what you have now. That's such a good philosophy and a way to pull yourself forward. Also, in an extraordinary sort of coincidence of the universe, my wife is very best friends with Toby Jones's wife. And so the man who played Mr. Post Office, Toby Jones, is someone I know quite well.
Wow,
Mr. Bates.
That's incredible. Yeah, he represented us and the families beautifully. Both me and my dad were in tears watching that. Yeah, it was amazing.
Yes. When you're at purpose and in flow, what are you absolutely happiest doing in what you're here to reveal to the world?
I am happiest when I am with a client, whether that's a group or it's on a one-to-one basis. And I'm using my skills and experience and my eclectic coaching toolkit to see a breakthrough in the person that's in front of me. And in those moments, the world stands still. There is a newfound insight. There is a realization. There is an aha moment, beautiful aha moment. The face moves up and the person then has found something really useful, a nugget of gold that they are now aware of. They've got a new sense of self-awareness that they didn't have beforehand. And not only that, when I hold that space, we go deeper and we start to unlock the deeper parts of the brain. That is the problem-solving part of the brain. So in life, we are superficial. Believe it or not, we don't think a lot in our day-to-day lives. We rely a lot on routine and, everyday routine of life and rhythm of life. And it's only in those sacred spaces, in those pauses, where we are being given the time to stop, to think deeply, to think about things in a way that you've never thought about them before, to think about things. I think about it, as Iron Man, when he looks at things and he pulls it apart and he's able to see it from different perspectives. That's what happens in those moments where someone's looking at something from the underside of something. They've never seen that before, and they have a new insight. And with that new insight, often the silence and magic happens, Chris, and it is the most fulfilling, selfishly fulfilling space to be.